money she made, and she was starting to make some real money in the modeling industry, she was essentially supporting a family, her family back home. She lived very modestly, and she concentrated on this campaign of hers to prevent violence against women. Irony of ironies. She was found on Valentine's morning wearing a black top, appeared to be getting dressed, and she had tweeted the day before, retweeted the day before, you know, wear black on Valentine's Day as a protest against violence against women.
Oh, when you think about the irony of that,
Yeah.
I'd heard a cousin talk about, she was one of those people that could fill up a room and talk to you,
Yeah.
and
you know, just
there
looking
wasn't
at her
anybody else
on
there.
television, as you'll see. Yeah, she's an amazing, amazingly attractive woman, but attractive not just physically, but just her ability to relate to people. And
so once again, you'll learn more about Oscar Pistorius and his girlfriend Reeva Steenkamp, and again, her death. He has been considered a suspect. We don't know where that's going, but Keith Morrison does a great job with these cases. The life and death in the fast lane tonight on Dateline. The show starts at 7. It's right here on Channel 9, so look for that story as part of Dateline tonight.
You know, we know so much about Pistorius, but Steenkamp is kind of a puzzle. I mean, you know, this would
her
be an
family
enlightening thing.
is just, I've been listening to a lot of things with her family, and they're very close, but when you hear cousins and other people saying what she did for their children and other people, and she was a special woman, without doubt, without question.
It'll be interesting. I mean, we'll learn more about the victims.
Both of them, extraordinary people.
Yes.
So you have to make up your mind about what happened. You
Yes.
don't know.
You have to get past all the glamour and all the good looks and find out more about the relationship. Anyway, that'll be good television. And after Dateline, be sure to stay tuned for Rock Center with Brian Williams. Tonight, you'll meet Lindsey Vann, not to be confused with Lindsey Vonn. Vann is a member of the U.S. women's ski jumping team and was the very first women's world champ, but she can't compete in the upcoming Olympics in Sochi. Since the very first Winter Games back in 1924, you'll find this unbelievable. Only men have been allowed to compete in the ski jump. It's something that Vann and the rest of the team are fighting to change. In an ironic twist of fate, though, when the Olympics came to Lindsey's home state of Utah, Lindsey Vann, in 2002, she was stuck in a supporting role.
I was the test jumper for the men. So they sent me down the hill to make sure it was good for all the men to jump in the Olympics.
That strike you as ironic?
Yeah, it's a little strange. They said, oh yeah, you're not good enough to be here, but you're good enough to test out the hill to see if it's good enough for the men.
Yeah, it's more than a little strange. Over the years, there have been a lot of explanations as to why women weren't allowed to jump in the Olympics. In the 50s, it was believed that a woman's uterus was so delicate, jumping could cause infertility. It's a belief the president of the Ski Federation expressed as recently as 2006, believe it or not. You can see Kate Snow's full report on Rock Center tonight at 9, and afterwards be sure to tune in for 9 News at 10. Also, a fascinating story tonight on NBC. How, in this day and age, people can imagine that and still
But you can test the jump for the men.
Jump. Yeah, you're good enough to test the jump, but you're not good enough to compete. Please. If you are a father or a husband, if you have a daughter or a wife, you're thinking, this is just ludicrous. Anyway, fascinating TV.
Yeah, you want to meet her. And her name, Lindsey Vann.
Lindsey Vann.
Love it, love it.
I thought that was a pretty interesting twist of what else is very involved in winter sports. All right, still ahead, the Harlem Shake video that got the attention of the FAA.
What the Colorado College students behind this video are now saying about the shakes on the plane.
Look at the banana.
It's your start.
And we're ready to get you going.
To make your plan. Start with your forecast. Start with your commute.
Start smart.
More are choosing to start with 9 News than any other station. Start with us.
Mornings on 9 News starting at 4:30. 9 Teachers Who Care has recognized nearly 100 Colorado teachers who go above and beyond. Help us honor the next great teachers. Visit the community page on 9news.com. Nominate a teacher for the 9 Teachers Who Care Award.
You wake up, grab your phone or tablet and flick on the TV because you want to know what's going on in your world this morning. Let Colorado's most experienced morning team bring you up to speed, mixed in with a little bit of fun.
9 News, everywhere.
You know, Jonathan, here at American Furniture Warehouse, we have one of the largest selections of leather sofas in the U.S.
with over 30 bonded leather sofas starting at just $299.
I know, Alexis. I can't believe how affordable leather is today. We have many all-leather sofas starting at just $759.
How can we sell furniture for so much less than other stores?
I guess it's because entrepreneurs don't do it for the money.
It's time for something new. It's time for Dial.
It will be another nice day.
Live TV broadcast to your mobile. No Wi-Fi or data plan required. So go ahead, turn wait time into news time.
Get out of my court.
Lunchtime into showtime. Downtime into game time. And prime time
And the winner is...
into quality time. Dial. Live mobile TV like never before.
Before your feet even hit the floor, we're out the door. Start your day right with Colorado's #1 morning news. The team you know and trust get you out the door starting at 4:30. Then for a fresh look and a new mix of stories, turn over to 9 News on Channel 20 from 7 to 9. More fun, more social, more of the stuff you love. Your life awakened. Watch 4:30 to 7 on 9 News. Watch 7 to 9 on Channel 20. 9 News in the morning, everywhere.
Every day starts out as a good day. Our job is to keep it that way.
Whatever you have planned, we help prepare you and your family.
We may go into the studio for work, but we feel like we're here with you.
In your kitchen, having a cup of coffee with a friend.
We feel the same way about working together.
Some people call it chemistry. I just call it friendship.
Join us every morning.
We'll help you get your day started on the right foot.
9 News, everywhere. 9 News at 9 and 9 News at 10. Not just what happened, but what happens next and what it all means for you. 9 News, everywhere.
Okay, hit it. This could very well be among the funniest Harlem Shake videos. I mean, check out the banana. Banana's got it all going on there. But for the FAA, this video by members of Colorado College's Ultimate Frisbee team is anything but funny. It was filmed while they were on board a Frontier Airlines flight from Colorado Springs to San Diego, and now the federal agency is investigating. An FAA spokesman says they're looking at what phase the flight was in during the dance in the aisles. Frontier says the seatbelt sign was off and safety measures were followed. Now, 3 members of the team spoke about the incident on the Today Show this morning.
They were genuinely very excited. Everything, before we did anything really, we were making sure we were checking in with the flight crew, making sure everything was safe and everything was approved by them beforehand.
The video looks super shaky. Matt's holding a handheld camera, so he's not really doing a great job of holding it in place.
I mean, we really were being safe the whole time, so it wasn't about anything else than having fun on our way to one of our really important tournaments this year, and yeah, no regrets.
In an email statement to NBC, Frontier says they have a policy not to comment on things that are under investigation by the FAA, but that all safety measures were followed and the seatbelt sign was off. Now, they also say they announced this to all the other passengers through the PA
told
system
everybody
and
around
told them
them
and asked them to
coming.
participate.
Right.
So that's the students' version. On the 9 News Facebook page, we are asking what you think about the FAA investigation into this, and so far we've gotten more than 200 comments. Lots of comments.
Yes, we have. Brian, for example, wrote, there is a time and place for a fully loaded aircraft. Oh, there is a time and place, and a fully loaded aircraft is not the time nor the place. But now Raylyn asked, if the American Olympic team can get up and dance to Call Me Maybe, why can't they? I think that is a very good point, because as you remember, that video went viral everywhere.
Right. One of our favorite comments so far came from Josh. He wrote, unless they were flying on Footloose Airlines where dancing is prohibited, then who cares?
Tempest in a teapot, that's what I think.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So if you want to take part in the latest internet sensation, being a part of the Harlem Shake, just head on over to Red Rocks Amphitheater tomorrow morning. Get up early. Colorado Concerts is hosting a Harlem Shake. Anyone can come and be a part of the taping for free if you're interested. Meet by the stage about 11:45, so it's not too bad. Get up there on a Saturday.
Yep.
Taping will happen around noon. Crazy costumes like bananas, props are encouraged, so be creative.
I don't know. The organized
Red
ones,
Rocks, quite the setting.
it could be beautiful.
It'll be a hit.
And it's going to be a wonderful day. We should point out it's going to be nice weather. It's going to be, you know, good opportunity. I don't know. They seem to be more spontaneous than the organized ones, but we'll see how it all comes. Maybe they have a great crowd. I hope so. But the whole, I mean, on the airplane thing. I mean, I think the alarm is that the camera is so shaky. But there's a kid holding the camera, and
That's
you know,
what
probably
he
the
said.
floor of the cavern might be bouncing a little. But I mean, I think it's much ado about nothing. What do I know about air safety, though, huh? All right, Kathy Saban knows all about the air and what's going on in the air, and she's next with the weekend forecast.
And that's what we care most about, right? Right
Yep,
now we do.
that's right.
In the immediate future, how warm it's going to be. What about the snow in the mountains? Where should we go? What should we do? Kathy knows. That's all coming up.
This is home. This is the place.
What are you doing?
We break it out.
You look good.
Here and now, we sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. This is the place. We break it out. Hey, yeah. This is home.
It's our job. It's what we do.
Thursday at 7 on Channel 20.
Barney and his friends have a way with words.
Suit up. Legendary.
Awesome! They speak their own language.
Inventing your own word shows creativity and vision. Visitivity.
On How I Met Your Mother.
Weekdays on Channel 20.
What's the value of a community blood center? At Bonfils Blood Center, it's providing nearly all of Colorado's blood supply, helping the one of every 7 hospital patients who will need blood, responding to disasters at home and far away. It's research that advances blood transfusion medicine, going the extra mile to meet the need, and knowing that a life-saving blood supply will always be there for our community. For more than 70 years, that's been the value of Bonfils Blood Center.
We all share a common journey. We wanted to serve our country and protect the things we love. We were ready to face any mission and help those in need. But for some of us, coming home was more of a challenge than we expected. In the service, we had each other's backs. But as veterans, it can sometimes feel like we're all alone.
At the Veterans Crisis Line, we understand what you're going through, and we can help. It's your call.
The strength of everywhere.
Is everyone, Colorado's news leader, connecting our team of reporters to the right experts, making sense of the world.
Connected to you with news and social media updates on your cell phone or tablet.
Giving you the choice to connect with the most live news every day on 9 News, Channel 20, and 9news.com. Everywhere, a daily conversation
About the issues that matter to everyone.
9 News. Everywhere.
People who help, people who comfort, people who care.
Each month, the 9 Who Care Award celebrates volunteers. People whose selfless contributions make a positive impact in our community.
Go to 9news.com and click on the community page to nominate the person making a difference in your life.
Giving time, bringing comfort, spreading joy.
9 Who Care.
Hello, welcome back. Meteorologist Kathy Saban outside of the 9 backyard, and don't need the heavy overcoat just yet. Hard to believe it's March, and it's pretty mild today in spite of the cloud cover. Let's take a look at what's happening around the area, and we'll start with the snow, which continues to fall in the high country. Don't want you to be caught off guard by this if you're planning to take off and head up and do some skiing and snowboarding. It's beautiful up at Abe Basin. We're looking live there as the sun's coming through the clouds with our web camera. Keystone, those runs are groomed, ready for you. It's going to be a great weekend up there. And you know, each snowflake that falls we desperately need. I want to remind you we're under exceptional drought conditions across east central and southeastern Colorado. And so with the February numbers, pretty interesting. February is our 5th snowiest month on average. We see about 7.5 inches of snow, but this year we doubled that number. DIA reported 14.1 inches of snow, and we had above average snow levels last February. So February may be going up in the rankings for snowiest month. Now here we are, March, and this is our snowiest month on average with about foot of snow typically during this month. We're 31 inches at DIA so far, and we should be around 35. So, you know, those February storms really did help our numbers here in the city. So stay tuned on that one. Things are calm and quiet in the city this afternoon after a day with highs in the 40s, some 50s out across the eastern plains. And it's calm and quiet without the gusty winds that we saw yesterday and the day before. The wind flow out of the southeast tonight. In the backyard outside the studios, our temperature here still in the mid 40s, so very comfortable for 4 o'clock on a Friday night. All right, let's take a look at what's happening. And we still see high pressure kind of anchored just to the north and west of us. And you can see how the storm track kind of going just like this. All of the precip and energy headed into the Midwest, where airport delays are likely from Kansas City up to Chicago, Memphis, into Washington and New York. That's where a cold pool of air is settling. We see sunshine tomorrow and a nice warming trend with temperatures above average. And look at the heat building to the south and west of us, and some of that heading our way with the wind shift over the weekend. Now watch this. With that high anchored here, look at the storm track. You can almost see it, right? Well, it changes. High pressure ridge flattens out, stretches out, and look at how quiet and mild and dry we become. All of the cloud cover, precip, and moisture goes up and over the top of Colorado into the Midwest. That's our trend for the next 2 days. So what does that mean? Well, there's snow in the mountains tonight, clouds on the plains, but once this last little batch of energy moves through tonight from the northwest to the southeast, skies will clear. We have a few high clouds coming in the afternoon, but we are headed for a warmer weekend. 20s for lower elevations, so the cloud cover will keep our overnight minimums milder than we've seen for weeks. And then tomorrow, 50s on the plains, some 60s down south. Great skiing conditions in the high country. Skiers, snowboarders, 30s for you on the slopes tomorrow. And again, wind is not really a big player, not tomorrow. Let's break it all down for you on a Friday. We are calling for a few high and mid-level clouds out there and a low of 26. A nice evening, but take the jacket if you're headed out. Saturday, we start you off with temperatures just below freezing, warm to the mid-50s and stay there with a little bit of afternoon cloud cover. Sunday is the pick day of the weekend, 61 degrees ahead of a storm that'll bring snow to the high country Monday. Cooler weather for us, but we bounce right back into the 50s for Tuesday and Wednesday. And you know, the first week of March definitely does not look like the snowiest month on average, does it? So you wonder how the rest of the month is going to shape up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were wondering if we might catch up all at once.
It can happen, can't it?
We've had those. I have pictures of the Easter Bunny coming up my drive, you know, in the the little neighborhood thing, the neighborhood Easter Bunny in 2 feet of snow. You know, it's like,
oh gosh. Yeah. So I think we'll take this first week of March, that warm weather, and enjoy every minute of it, because it might not last.
We will. All right. Thanks, Kathy. Okay. We've all heard of some weird food pairings. This one, never heard of before.
Nope. A couple of guys swear by snack cakes and beer. Next in the E-Block, hear how they came up with that coupling and what it really means.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Every day, over 68,000 Coloradans receive great deals via email from Deal Chicken and 9 News. We're combing the area, hatching great deals from the best local businesses like Elkhorn Snowmobile Adventures, Snowmobiling Tour $185, Frame Day Art, Custom Framing $40, Aspiring Laser Renewal, Hair Removal Treatments $99, Colorado Freedom Massage, Hot Stone Massage $45, the Rave Run 5K, Event Registration $25. Don't miss out, we're hatching deals daily, so sign up today at DealChicken.com.
You wake up, grab your phone or tablet and flick on the TV because you want to know what's going on in your world this morning. Let Colorado's most experienced morning team bring you up to speed, mixed in with a little bit of fun.
9 News, everywhere. News, weather, awesome. Starting now, 9 News takes mobile news to a whole new level. Get the app that keeps on giving. The all-new 9 News app. Download it free for your device. Get it today. The truth is, you can get a news headline anywhere, but the whole story can't be explained at 140 characters or less. You need more. Colorado's news leader brings you a team of specialized reporters, experts dedicated to covering more of the issues that matter to you. More business and medical news, more education and entertainment stories, more crime and justice news, more of what you need to make sense of a complex world. 9 News, everywhere.
We have a whole hour on 9 News at 9. More time to go in-depth on the important issues affecting your life.
More time for more people. Our reporter is bringing you more experts to help give meaning beyond the headlines
And help make sense of it all.
9 News, everywhere.
Local stars working towards their big moment. I love sharing their passion. Colorado is my home, not just an assignment. You're the first to know what's happening in entertainment right here in Colorado.
9 News, everywhere. Colorado's #1 morning news gets you out the door. Then for a new mix of stories, turn over to 9 News on Channel 20. Your life awakened. 9 News in the mornings, everywhere. 9 News wants to hear from you. Call, email, visit 9news.com, or find us on Facebook and Twitter. 9 News listens.
E for extra sleep, no doubt. Mr. Entertainment off again today. Actually, he's usually going to bed at about 4:45. Anyway, the entire 9th floor is empty. They're all gone. Mr. E was all set to come back after his big 50th birthday bash, apparently. All set to come back.
It's a birthday month.
Yeah, it's
My
coronation.
sister does that. She does a birthday month celebration. She enjoys them. I think maybe it's because he heard it was Justin Bieber's 19th birthday, and that kind of set him back. Went back to bed for that.
So that means that Kim and I, woeful substitutes that we are, have your entertainment news today.
Yeah, and we're starting with a sad story. So many of us know and remember Bonnie Franklin. We don't know her personally, but we remember watching her. She was the actress who played a divorced woman on the popular sitcom One Day at a Time. She died this morning. Family members say it was complications from pancreatic cancer. One Day at a Time premiered in 1975 and ran on CBS for 9 seasons. It co-starred Valerie Bertinelli, Mackenzie Phillips, and Bonnie also recently appeared on Young and the Restless and in TV Land's Hot in Cleveland, where she reunited with Bertinelli. Bonnie Franklin was 69 years old.
Yeah, young. Celebrity Apprentice returns to NBC on Sunday night, and this time for an all-star edition. Memorable former contestants like Omarosa, Little John, Lisa Rinna, Dennis Rodman, and Gary Busey. All the crazies back to give working for Donald Trump another go. As usual, projects will raise money for charity, and the celebs will be working in teams, sort of.
On any given day, if you're paired with a Dennis Rodman or Gary Busey to do a task that seems simple, and all of a sudden, you know, it becomes very, very complicated.
Yeah, that's a word for it. Celebrity Apprentice All-Stars premieres at 8 o'clock on Sunday night right here on Channel 9. And you might be a fan of an odd food pairing. Maybe it's French fries and ice cream or chicken and waffles, which is so big down south.
Yeah.
They have chicken and waffle restaurants.
Yeah, and chips now.
And chips now. Yes, and chips.
It's an interesting taste.
Yeah, some of that all works, but not so much here.
Some not so much, you know. I like Tabasco on salad, so
that's true.
And that's odd for a lot of others.
I've seen that.
9 News reporter Taronda Thomas, along with photojournalist Chris Celine, found one more pairing you might want to consider: snack cakes and beer.
How you feeling, Herman? It's one thing, the one thing.
How many? Just a couple?
You'd never expect someone to order at a bar cake with a beer. That's right, snack cakes and beer.
We got some snacky cakes in our Bud Light.
Some say it's a match made in heaven. This is snack cakes and beer. Or on stage.
Nobody said stop clapping.
Snack cakes and beer isn't just a bite.
And you can be glad that you got a free snack cake. Just eat your cake, fatty.
It's a band.
Yeah.
Led by Brady Bottoms and Sean Nelson.
A death grip of love.
We met about 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, on Match.com.
You can probably tell they're not the most serious pair. In fact, you could call them an odd pair.
Kathy Saban and I dated in high school.
You did not date Kathy. This is what I deal with on a daily basis. This is our hip hop jam.
But somehow, it's a pairing that just works.
Take a Twinkie, dip it in a Coors Light. If you can find a Twinkie.
Kind of like their name.
Talking about things that go really well together, peanut butter and jelly and
Twizzlers and nacho cheese.
Exactly, and stuff like that. And out of the random, I said, snack cakes and beer. And Sean was like, that's what we need to call ourselves.
I'm pretty sure I said snack cakes and beer, but he will always contest that he said it.
The crowds don't care care who made up the name, just throw the snack cakes.
I suck at throwing snack cakes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, they throw them.
You betcha it's a combo. Look, I already started eating mine.
If the cakes don't make people smile, the songs will, full of punchlines and practical problems.
Tight jeans.
My jeans are so tight.
Just have a song about guys wearing tight jeans.
Making fans laugh away what may have been a hard day.
For people to come in having a bad day and then leaving having a good day, that's
our goal.
One that could take them all the way to the top.
We're thinking Wyoming.
Artists who are struggling but definitely not starving.
Because I eat one every show, at least one every show.
Feeding fans appetites for something different.
The point is snack cakes and beer go together quite well.
With photojournalist Chris Shalene.
Thank you.
Taronda Thomas, 9 News.
Snack cakes and beer has yet to get its big break. The band is hoping that happens this weekend, and they'll participate in the Battle of the Bands tomorrow at Herman's Hideaway.
Yeah, show starts at 8. They actually have some talent. They sounded pretty good. You can find more information on the band on our website at 9news.com. So you go and you hear some music, hear some jokes, and you get a snack all at the same time.
Then Kathy Sabin probably didn't even know she was part of that joke.
I dated Kathy Sabin in high school.
Like,
yeah, we've heard that before.
I've heard that.
Slacker and Steve joining us now. Do you guys any of you have any odd pairings like snack cakes and beer? Do you do any of that stuff?
Slacker and Steve. That's an odd pairing.
That's all we got.
Oh, well, there you are. Oh, yeah, that's weird.
I'm normal and he's Steve.
What?
Hey,
that's true.
we know you have one of our favorite features, a Great Mate Debate.
Yep.
Yeah, this woman today is actually trying to help out her brother-in-law by complimenting him on all the weight he's lost. But it's kind of bordering on flirtation.
And her husband's like concerned and like, hey, now this is getting a little weird and I'm uncomfortable. She's like, this is innocent. I'm just encouraging the guy.
She's just constantly saying, oh my God, you look great. You look great. And he's going,
touching.
hi, So we're going to deal with the fine line between flirtation and complimentation.
Yeah, where does that end and the other begin?
Yeah. By the way, Mark, you look fabulous today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, are you guys, are you cheating on me? You're cheating on me with Mark. I knew it.
I'm not, dude. I'm not.
I dated Kathy Sabin in high school. That's funny.
And I know you guys, some toddler rescue that you're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, I can't even believe this. Tonight at 9, a toddler saved from a serious injury thanks to a team effort from his mom, who crashed through a window, and his grandma, who happened to be out having a smoke.
Oh, cool. I like her already.
This is like
oh, God.
You're kind of people.
a scenario like none other. So we'll see what happens there.
That's right.
Anyway, have a great weekend.
You guys too.
All right. Take care, you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Slacker and Steve, that is the combo. That is the pairing.
Pairing
of the century.
pairing.
Pairing of the decade. All right, he's been dead for more than a decade, but the rhymes and lessons of Dr. Seuss still live on in schools today. See how when we come back.
Also, we'll meet this month's 9 Who Care winner. She's a very special veterinarian who's loved by animals and everyone else she meets.
Nine Teachers Who Care has recognized nearly 100 Colorado teachers who go above and beyond. Help us honor the next great teachers. Visit the community page on 9news.com. Nominate a teacher for the 9 Teachers Who Care Award.
You wake up, grab your phone or tablet and flick on the TV because you want to know what's going on in your world this morning. Let Colorado's most experienced morning team bring you up to speed, mixed in with a little bit of fun.
9 News, everywhere.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
It's in the way that we begin our day. It's in our stories, it's the things we say. This is home. This is the place where we can grow and love. In moments cherished that we take hold of. It's where we gather what we call our own. This is home. Yeah.
Hey, what's all this racket out here?
Hey, your timing's perfect, Governor.
Lend a hand fixing up the dome.
Sure, but I think it's going to take more than the three of us.
See, that's the idea behind Sharing the Care Colorado.
We want everyone to lend a hand in restoring this beautiful symbol of Colorado.
Well, not everyone knows how to use one of these, but everyone knows how to use one of these.
Please share in the care, Colorado.
Text the word DOME to 50555 to make your $10 donation.
Hey, you all missed a spot.
Being a doctor is like being a detective. Medicine is complicated and there's a lot of conflicting advice. I help you see past the latest fad. As a practicing doctor, I'm able to keep my finger on the pulse and cover what you are thinking and talking about.
9 News, everywhere.
The economy affects all of us, from local business to big corporations. It's my job to get accurate financial news into the hands of people working to make a better life, helping you understand your money and how to make it work for you.
9 News, everywhere.
Name, Dwight Schrute. Thank you, Mr. Schnute. Yeah! Everything Dwight does annoys me.
My water's breaking!
I am manager of the Scranton branch of Dunder Mifflin. Boom! Acting manager.
Dwight loves the work.
I can't do this.
Because you have no skills. He is, however, an idiot.
Characters that are just your type. 5 times a week on The Office.
The Office. Weeknights at 10 on Channel 20.
We have some new developments in the case against an Adams County Sheriff's deputy who shot and killed a man's dog during a burglary call. District Attorney Dave Young announced today that no criminal charges will be filed against Wilford Europe III. He says the evidence is insufficient, that the deputy needlessly killed the dog named Ziggy. The shooting happened in January. Deputies were responding to a burglary alarm. They went to the wrong address and the border collie was shot. The deputy has been reassigned and is no longer on patrol.
The author that has been a staple in homes for decades connected the country today. We're talking about Dr. Seuss.
And then something went bump. Well, a bunch of kids did, but in the book, something else went bump. How that bump made us jump. So we sat in the house.
Hey, you probably recognize that story and the man reading it. A lot of people think that the governor is kind of Seussian himself. Governor Hickenlooper read The Cat in the Hat to kids at the Capitol today. Lieutenant Governor Garcia hit up Alice Terry Elementary, reading to 122nd graders there. They are among millions participating in the National Education Association's 16th annual Read Across America celebration. It's the nation's largest reading event, honoring reading and Dr. Seuss. And by the way, it is his birthday after all, of course. We take pride here at 9 News in recognizing the good in our world, the special people in our community who go above and beyond to make Colorado such a great place to live. For this month's 9 New Care Award, Northern Newsroom reporter Nick McGurk brings us the story of Lisa Carson of Windsor.
He has a broken toe.
If Dr. Lisa Carson were just a veterinarian, just a lover of animals, she would likely not be the recipient of the 9 Who Care Award.
It's just going to kind of protect it.
But a glimpse into her vet's animal hospital provides clues.
We have 5 clinic cats because we just love cats.
Clues to how Carson lives her life.
Sasha Kitty, are you coming in too?
There are the rescued cats who've become the clinic's unofficial mascots.
She has 3 legs. She had 1 leg that was crushed.
And then there are the kids.
Yeah, I mean, says, are these your kids? Only 2 of these are my kids. The rest of these are kind of like my foster kids. Okay, everybody's dog's on your left side.
You see, when Carson leaves work, well, she never really stops working.
Well, there's lots of treats that are distracting.
On this night, we find her teaching dog obedience training to a group of 4-H'ers.
And now just hold your hand on her. Tell her to stay. Stay. Stay.
It sure looks like it takes some patience.
It's just so worth it to see the kids. It's worth it to see that smile on their face when they succeed at something.
Carson runs a group called Bits and Pieces, appropriately named since the kids get to do a bit of everything. They raise and feed cows that Carson keeps on her own property. The kids work on projects like teddy bears and hats and then deliver them to area hospitals.
Stay. Nope. Nope.
And of course, Carson even helps 4-H kids train their dogs.
I've never met a person do so much for kids.
Jennifer Wildman is one of those children's parents. She's also who nominated Carson for the 9 Who Care Award.
She's amazing. I don't know how she does it all.
It's right here.
How Carson finds the time is a wonder in itself.
This has stimulated so much conversation with clients when they come in.
Why she does it, though, makes sense.
Instead of just being all about just what's best for me, it's what's best for everybody else and how can we help and how can we make a difference.
Working, always, to make a difference.
If we were all a little more like her, we would take care of everybody.
She is amazing, and we found out about Carson through someone she knows. So if you would like to nominate someone for a 9 Who Care award, go to 9news.com and click on the community tab, and there you can download the nomination form for us. And we love to feature these people. We love to meet them in person. It's always a good time here at 9 News on the night of the 9 Who Care awards. We'll be right back.
The headlines have faded, the celebrities have moved on, but for millions of teens, the pain remains. Being bullied sucks. Trust me, I know. Being tormented for any reason, gay, straight, black, white, fat, thin, different, it hurts. But hang in there, because I'm here to tell you, it gets better. And if you need help or someone to talk to, reach out. You know, there were times in my own life where I wanted to give up. I'm so glad I didn't, because it really does get better.
My name is Josh, and I'm a real person. I was in a car accident with my daughter.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or hurt on the job, you need help.
Mark didn't turn me over to another attorney or paralegal.
When I take a case, I personally see it through from start to finish. Stop in and see me, or just give me a call.
Just call 321-HURT.
It's just us until we get justice. I'm Mark Simon, attorney, and I can make it happen for you.
That's 321-HURT.
This February, you've made the networks of 9 News the most watched in Colorado. Number 1 in the morning, number 1 in the afternoon, number 1 in the evening, number 1 at night, number 1 on weekends, and number 1 online and mobile, with more than 52 million page views.
We know you have a choice when it comes to your news.
Thank you for making 9 News your first choice for news in Colorado.
9 News, everywhere.
I'm a buyer here at AFW, but more importantly, I'm a woman who loves to shop for bargains. Whether I'm shopping for clothes, jewelry, makeup, or home furnishings, I'm bound to find a good deal. I have inside knowledge of the way we price things here at AFW, and I'm telling you, there is no other furniture store in the country that can offer the same great pricing and value as we do. Don't let other retailers run you ragged chasing their misleading so-called deals. At AFW, we respect your time and offer you guaranteed low prices every day.
Ooh, let the Nard dog out. Love that Andy, right? Solid fellow. Seems smart enough.
I went to Cornell. You ever heard of it?
He has got this very likable way about him.
Even a lot of men can't resist a man singing show tunes.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Characters that are just your type, 5 times a week on The Office.
The Office, weeknights at 10 on Channel 20.
Hi, I'm Kathy Sabin. Please join us tonight for 9 News at 9 and 10.
Every day starts out as a good day.
Whatever you have planned, we help prepare you and your family.
Join us every morning.
We'll help you get your day started on the right foot.
9 News, everywhere.
9 News at 9 and 9 News at 10. Not just what happened, but what happens next and what it all means for you. 9 News, everywhere.
Don't know if you've seen this. Take a look at the dramatic rescue of a deer and her fawn who were trapped on the ice. Poor things. A retired biologist in Nova Scotia spotted the two, but the ice was too thin to rescue them on foot, so he called the Department of Natural Resources. When the helicopter arrived, the fawn ran to the shore, but the doe was too afraid or too tired to move. So in a complicated maneuver, look at this, the pilot used the downdraft of the chopper to push the deer to shore. She and the fawn then ran off in the woods, both of them wondering, what was that and what was it? How come it was moving me across the ice?
It's a happy ending, though.
Totally freaked out by it. Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Off they go. Pretty place too, huh?
Off they go where they need to be.
Yeah, we've seen so many of those rescues that haven't turned out as well. So I wonder how that pilot knew to use that technique or that he could, actually make it happen.
They've done that before. They know that downdraft.
They must.
Just gives them a little push.
They must.
Okay. We hope you have a great weekend. 9 News at 5 is up next.
Next at 5, a strong indication that the Aurora Theater shooter is considering a not guilty plea.
It's going to be some of the most trying times right now that they're going to be struggling with.
A girl in critical condition after a hit and run gets a visit from a family who helped change the law after another hit and run changed their lives.
We're going to try and get as many of those magazines into the state from all across the country.
Time is of the essence for a promotional campaign that turns donations into high-capacity magazines.
This is 9 News.
The defense team representing Aurora Movie Theater shooting suspect James Holmes indicates their client wants to plead not guilty by reason of insanity. 9 News reporter Todd Walker is joining us. And Todd, before they do that, however, they want some rules changed.
Yeah, Mark, these are incredibly complicated legal maneuvers and quite the sizable motion they filed today. What they're doing is they're challenging the current insanity defense and death penalty statutes. They want certain aspects of those statutes ruled unconstitutional. Specifically, the parts about if an insanity plea is entered, current Colorado statute says Holmes would have to waive his Fifth Amendment rights, the right to remain silent and to not testify to incriminate oneself. Also, if an insanity plea is entered, all the communications he had with his psychiatrist and other communications the defense has actively been working to keep under wraps would be fair game for the prosecution. 9 News legal analyst Scott Robinson says the defense is buying time with this move, but they are also raising some very significant and very valid questions about the current state statutes when it comes to insanity and death penalty cases.
There's a wealth of significant legal issues that this case will bring before Chief Judge Sylvester, and it certainly will make precedent at some point.
Basically, the defense wants to know how much information and evidence they currently have on Holmes they would have to give up before they decide whether to plead not guilty by reason of insanity or just not guilty. Mark?
See what happens as it goes forward. Todd Walker in the Information Center. Todd, thank you. A small plane has made an emergency landing on a golf course near Rocky Mountain Metro Airport. Broomfield police say 2 men on board made it out safely without injury. The orange and white plane now sits on grounds of the Omni Interlochen Golf Course. It is unclear what went wrong. We have a crew at the scene, and we will pass along any updates as they become available.
A 16-year-old girl remains hospitalized with serious injuries. Deandra Bridgman is the East High School student who was hit by a car that ran a red light right in front of her school. Today, the woman accused of driving the car that hit her was in a Denver courtroom for the first time. 9 News reporter Chris Van de Veen is at Denver Health Medical Center. Chris, the teenager's family keeps hoping for the best.
They are, Adele. Last word came from the Denver Police Department yesterday when they told us that the teenager's condition remained in critical condition, but that, in fact, the condition had stabilized, meaning it wasn't getting any worse. Today, a family that can really empathize with this entire situation, they came to this hospital to try to give some comforting words. The Albo family experienced their own very high-profile hit-and-run case back in 2011.
He was here for a little over a month, I believe. He was in a coma for, I believe, 13 days.
Denver Health Medical Center will always bring back so many memories for the Albo family.
It just felt like we ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner here, and it was tough. So it's weird coming back here.
Tim Albo is 2.5 years removed from a hit and run that should have claimed his life.
He hit me and bye. He killed me.
On this day, he and his family came here in order to tell another family, we know what you're going through.
It's going to be some of the most trying times right now that they're going to be struggling with, and we know exactly what they're dealing with.
Upstairs is a 16-year-old girl by the name of Deandra Bridgman, an East High School student who was hit in an intersection by a car that ran a red light. As of last word, her condition had stabilized, but was still critical.
When I see another victim, you know, going through the same thing and the families going through the same thing, I don't think you can get around the anger. I really don't think so.
The defendant in this case, a 5th grade teacher at an Aurora charter school, was shielded by her attorney during her very brief court appearance. It was on Thursday at 4:30 a.m. when police say she walked into one of their police stations and offered to turn herself in. As soon as next week, Denver prosecutors will charge her with a felony of leaving the scene of an accident. It's a charge that was toughened just last year with the help of the Albo family. That is good reason to want tougher penalties for hit-and-run cases. The driver who hit Tim spent 3 months in jail.
To be so callous to leave people there in the street, that's what I can't understand.
The Albo family has repeatedly come to this hospital in other high-profile hit-and-run cases just to offer some words of encouragement and some words of empathy, and that's why they came here today. Adele, the new legislation can get put to use as early as next week when prosecutors are expected to file a Class 4 felony charge. It used to be a Class 5, now it's a Class 4. Roughly what that means is she faces 3 to 6 years in prison.
All right. Chris Van der Veen reporting from Denver Health. Thanks, Chris. Police have determined what was stolen earlier this week from a well-known gun shop in Wheat Ridge. Based on an inventory at Gunsmoke, a burglar or burglars made off with 12 handguns and 3 rifles. Police have no suspects or descriptions at this point. Gunsmoke is featured in a reality TV show on the Discovery Channel called American Guns. The store's manager says this is the first time the store has been broken into.
Upset over a proposal to limit the capacity of ammunition magazines, some pro-gun rights groups in Colorado are trying to get those magazines into as many people's hands as possible. As 9 News political reporter Brandon Rittiman explains, they're trying to work within the language of the proposed new law.
The bill to ban magazines holding more than 15 rounds also has a grandfather clause. You can keep magazines you already have. Local magazine maker Magpul Industries started selling directly online this week just to Colorado customers to make magazines easier to get. This throwback advertising expressed the idea.
I mean, when you included the grandfather clause, did you see anything like this in the future?
Absolutely not. I see this as a way to profit in advance off of the potential banning of the high capacity limit to 15.
But Magpul's not alone. A Longmont man plans to hold an event to give away as many magazines as possible.
We're setting up a peaceful protest, doing everything inside the law that we can.
Outside this Boulder gun store, he plans to give magazines later this month to people who donate to a pro-gun group. The idea is to flood Colorado with magazines. I asked if that's a realistic goal.
Whether, we get, 1,000 magazines or 10,000 magazines into the state, I don't think that really is so much what's going to make a big difference. It's just making the stand that this is how we feel about this and this is how far we're willing to go for it.
Fields wondered if he's considered that somebody dangerous could get one of the magazines.
I think that he should feel really concerned that he could be linked to some kind of tragedy.
That is a potential side effect, but I mean, there's already millions of these magazines in circulation.
He says that makes them easy for criminals to get already, and he deserves the same weapons they have. Brandon Rittiman, 9 News.
The magazine limits bill is one of 7 gun control measures that senators will debate on Monday. The hearings start at 10:30 Monday morning. We have a list of the bills and the schedule posted on 9news.com.
The first day of March has brought more snow to Colorado's high country. It has been snowing in Summit County most of the day. 9 News Mountain Newsroom reporter Matt Renew joins us from Breckenridge. Matt, February ended with a decent snow and March is starting off the same way.
You bet, Adele. A lot of snow. March pretty much picking up right where February left off. Last month, we saw some of the best snow of the season in the mountains, and now, just as spring break crowds start to roll into Colorado and Breckenridge, it certainly looks like March is starting off the same way. Today, the mountains have been getting a pretty fair share amount of snow. In Vail this morning, 6 to 7 inches of fresh powder. Sure made driving a little slow with traffic backing up as those truckers chained up in eastbound I-70 before Vail Pass, but it comes at a perfect time for the U.S. Open Snowboard Championships in Vail, which brings the world's best snowboarders and international attention to Colorado. Just over the pass here in Breckenridge, several inches to report today, on top of a foot already seen in the last 7 days. All this snow coming just as big spring break crowds will be arriving for the entire month of March.
You know, in the past, we've seen kind of a peak week of March spring break timeframe, and lately that's been shifting. So you'll see spring breaks throughout the entire month of March and even somewhat into February. So what that means is that those best deals are going to be found during the weekdays when we're not seeing as many travelers.
In fact, some of those deals are already coming up. This Sunday through Thursday, we're told a lot of lodges and condos throughout Breckenridge will be offering 50% off room deals to try to boost some of that midweek business. Then, Adele, the next big deals, you're going to have to wait till April when ski season starts to wind down because it's starting to ramp up already. Spring breakers this weekend here rolling into town.
Absolutely. Half off. What a great deal. All right, Matt Renew, thanks a lot.
President Obama and the Republicans playing the blame game now when it comes to the automatic spending cuts that kick in tonight. After a meeting at the White House, the president said he cannot perform a Jedi mind meld to get Republicans to agree on a budget deal. He concedes he hasn't been able to persuade Republicans to accept his proposal to reduce deficits with a blend of tax hikes and a long-term reduction in entitlement spending.
Washington sure isn't making it easy. At a time when our businesses have finally begun to get some traction, hiring new workers, bringing jobs back to America, we shouldn't be making a series of dumb, arbitrary cuts to things that businesses depend on.
Let's make it clear that the president got his tax hikes on January 1st. This discussion about revenue, in my view, is over. It's about taking on the spending problem here in Washington.
Sequestration could hamper airline flights, food inspections, IRS assistance, and the deployment of Navy ships. There are no further formal budget talks between the president and congressional leaders scheduled. That Jedi mind meld is a tough one.
That was a Vulcan mind meld.
Whatever. Maybe it's more effective. I don't know.
It could be.
He seems to know a lot more about them than we do.
Rocket science proves time and again it's really not that easy.
Especially if the Jedi are flying that thing. Still had a mission malfunction just minutes after the launch of a private space station supply ship.
Also, the sinkhole people walked by and didn't even notice had it not been for the police tape.
This February, you've made the networks of 9 News the most watched in Colorado. Number 1 in the morning, number 1 in the afternoon, number 1 in the evening, number 1 at night, number 1 on weekends, and number 1 online and mobile, with more than 52 million page views.
We know you have a choice when it comes to your news.
Thank you for making 9 News your first choice for news in Colorado.
9 News, everywhere. When news happens, tell us about it. Go to 9news.com and click on the button marked News Tips. 9 News listens. 9 News wants to hear from you. Call, email, visit 9news.com, or find us on Facebook and Twitter. 9 News listens.
Down every highway, every dirt road in Colorado is someone's story waiting to be told. Those are the sort of stories I like to tell, and I love my commute into the office. Hop in and buckle up. We're going on an adventure.
9 News, everywhere.
From Wellington to Wiggins, Northern Colorado is my office. I put a lot of miles on this truck, driving and deadlines, getting the whole story so you know what's happening out here. They're my neighbors, so I make sure I get it right.
9 News, everywhere.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Everyone's talking about me.
Well, that's me!
Me TV.
Well, I expect to pass the bar on the Perry Mason reruns.
We're going to need radar just to get in the kitchen.
Oh, hi.
Everyone is talking about me.
I'm talking about me.
Me TV.
Me TV on Comcast Channel 250 and Digital Channel 20.2.
That's really me. Try me.
Me?
Me.
Me.
And all because of me.
Wow! Memorable entertainment television.
SpaceX says it believes an engine problem with its unmanned Dragon capsule has been fixed, but its arrival at the International Space Station will be delayed. The private spacecraft had trouble with its thrusters shortly after liftoff this morning. The space company's founder says all 4 sets of maneuvering thrusters should be working soon, but the capsule, which is packed with supplies, will not get to the ISS as scheduled tomorrow. A man in Florida could do little to save his brother when a sinkhole opened up and literally swallowed him. Jeremy Bush says he tried to rescue his brother and got to his bedroom in a matter of seconds, but everything had disappeared. His bed, his dresser, the entire room gone. The sinkhole opened up under the house late last night near Tampa. Police tape outside is the only outward sign of the sinkhole inside.
So I jumped in the hole and tried digging him out.
and I couldn't get him. All I could hear was, I thought I could hear him screaming for me and holler for me to help him. I couldn't do nothing.
First responders pulled Jeremy from the hole. They have not yet found his 36-year-old brother, Jeffrey.
Just terrifying. The weather this weekend could make up for the blizzard that kept most people inside last weekend.
Temperatures will reach up into the 50s and beyond. Then cooler weather returns when in Kathy's forecast.
Every day, over 68,000 Coloradans receive great deals via email from Deal Chicken and 9 News. We're combing the area, hatching great deals from the best local businesses like Elkhorn Snowmobile Adventures, Snowmobiling Tour $185, Frame Day Art, Custom Framing $40, Aspiring Laser Renewal, Hair Removal Treatments $99, Colorado Freedom Massage, Hot Stone Massage $45, the Rave Run 5K, Event Registration $25. Don't miss out, we're hatching deals daily, so sign up today at DealChicken.com.
Kim Christensen, Kyle Clark. Get the news, get it early. 9 News at 9. Not your average hero. He has issues. Obsessions. Phobias. Compulsions. But he makes it work. Don't miss it, Tick. Monk, Fridays at 7 on Channel 20.
If you need new furniture, AFW is the best place to spend your tax refund, where we offer the best selection at the best prices guaranteed. Come in and see all the great new styles arriving daily by the truckload, including Colorado's largest selection of living room and dining room collections. Spend your tax refund with us and receive a free stuffed animal with a qualifying purchase. Make your tax refund go further at today's American Furniture Warehouse.
Everywhere. It's a big word. A word that's loaded with expectation.
For all of us at 9 News,
everywhere is a promise.
A promise to follow the story, wherever it takes us, seeking out experts,
asking the right questions,
making sense of complicated issues.
A promise to deliver the news to you wherever you are,
wherever you need it.
A promise to never step back from tough stories.
To hold people in power accountable.
To fight for what is right.
That's our promise to you. 9 News.
Everywhere.
Before your feet even hit the floor, we're out the door. Start your day right with Colorado's #1 morning news. The team you know and trust gets you out the door starting at 4:30. Then for a fresh look and a new mix of stories, turn over to 9 News on Channel 20 from 7 to 9. More fun, more social, more of the stuff you love. Your life awakened. Watch 4:30 to 7 on 9 News. Watch 7 to 9 on Channel 20. 9 News in the morning, everywhere.
All right, our Megan Fitzgerald is standing by live out on the Interlochen Golf Course where this airplane made an emergency landing this afternoon. Megan, we can see it sitting behind you there. Can you tell us more about what happened?
This all happened at around 2:45. The Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport manager tells us this plane, which we want to show you here, it looks worse than it is. It's a twin-engine plane. It's a 6-seater. There were 2 people inside, and they were able to make it out without any injury. But we want to pan over here to show you this is what they were trying to do. If you can see just beyond that hill, there's the runway. They were taking off to the west. That's when the pilot realized that there was some sort of a power loss, so he had to make an emergency landing here on the Omni Golf Course. The FAA is en route to investigate this, but we're being told, just to give you some perspective here, out of 120,000 flights that take off from this airport every year, they haven't seen anything like this within the past 10 years' time. So this is a rare incident, but of course the FAA is en route to try and determine what happened here and try and figure out how they're going to take this plane into to investigate. Mark?
Yep, that'll be a trick. All right, Megan Fitzgerald reporting live. Megan, thank you very much.
Right on the golf course. Good thing because it's open territory.
There.
Absolutely. Right. There's space to land.
The 8th tee, you think? Or
I don't
near
know.
The...
It looked like the 8th on the, I can't tell, really. Anyway, meteorologist Kathy Sabin joins us now. Kathy, it was good weather. I guess you can call it that too, luckily.
Yeah, if they can clear the plane in the snow, you could golf this weekend with the temperatures I'm forecasting, or you could do this. go skiing in knee-deep powder up in Steamboat. Great shot coming in from Larry Pierce. And there's snow falling up there right now. Live look with our web camera in Steamboat as we have another little weather disturbance that's crossing the area, bringing in the snow that has greeted travelers going in and out of the Johnson Eisenhower Tunnel this afternoon. We have a mostly cloudy sky over downtown Denver after a day with temperatures in the 40s. So kind of a nice recovery, and temperatures tomorrow will be pushing into the mid-50s and go even warmer on Sunday. 36 degrees at DIA, wind southeast to 70. It is a little bit milder here in the backyard closer to downtown. We have 45 degrees here at 5 o'clock outside the studios. As we check the weather pattern, we do have a little moisture coming in from the northwest, but all the heavy weather is across the Great Lakes and New England areas where we may see some airport delays in the northeast. We have a warming trend tomorrow. Temperatures warming into the mid-50s. A few clouds around the area, but basically as high pressure repositions itself, it pushes the storm track to the north, and with it will go the cloud cover and all the moisture, and that warmer air building from the south will be heading to Colorado. A few snow showers across the I-70 corridor and Northwest Plateau tonight, and a few clouds in Denver, but skies will clear overnight. The snow will come to an end. We start off with sunshine tomorrow and watch a few high and mid-level clouds coming in, but should be just a beautiful day and a warmer day. Overnight lows with the cloud cover will be in the 20s tonight instead of the teens and single digits, unless you're watching me in the high country. And again, some of those high mountain valleys will be quite cold. We have 53 for Fort Collins tomorrow, but 65 in Pueblo and 38 for Leadville. And again, a little bit of a wind shift for the foothills tomorrow. 45 in Idaho Springs, close to 50 in Bailey. City forecast for Denver on this Friday night. Partly cloudy, 26 degrees with light winds. Tomorrow, chilly start to your day, but things improve rapidly. 53 degrees by lunchtime, and we could go even warmer before the sun sets on Saturday afternoon. Get you into Sunday, the pick day of the weekend, with highs in the low 60s. Next storm brings snow to the mountains Sunday night, but Denver stays cool. First week of March looks dry, and March is our snowiest month on average. Check out those highs Tuesday and Wednesday. Hey, sports is next. A quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is a room where an Army vet put his life back together, where a family lived when they were displaced by a flood. But it's more than a room. It's a room at Volunteers of America and a pathway to stronger communities. Because when lives are improved, communities are too. To help strengthen your community, visit volunteersofamerica.org.
Stocks closed out a volatile week, edging up slightly higher. The Dow closed up 35 points, overcoming an early loss of 116 points. The threat of automatic federal spending cuts and developments overseas have added to the volatility. The Nasdaq rose 9, the S&P gained 3.
We're rich.
They say that lightning never strikes twice.
Did you know there's a place you can get a double dose of 30 Rock?
I want to go to there.
It's right here.
Where?
Here.
2 30 Rocks in a row.
I never do the same thing twice.
5 nights a week.
Fantastic news.
That makes me a double hero.
Because why settle for one when you can have 2?
It takes 2 to make a thing go right. It takes 2 to make it out of sight.
30 Rock, back to back.
Weekdays at 6 on Channel 20.
Every day starts out as a good day. Our job is to keep it that way.
Whatever you have planned, we help prepare you and your family.
We may go into the studio for work, but we feel like we're here with you.
In your kitchen, having a cup of coffee with a friend.
We feel the same way about working together.
Some people call it chemistry. I just call it friendship.
Join us every morning.
We'll help you get your day started on the right foot.
9 News, everywhere.
What's the value of a community blood center? At Bonfils Blood Center, it's providing nearly all of Colorado's blood supply, helping the 1 of every 7 hospital patients who will need blood, responding to disasters at home and far away. It's research that advances blood transfusion medicine, going the extra mile to meet the need, and knowing that a life-saving blood supply will always be there for our community. For more than 70 years, that's been the value of Bonfils Blood Center.
From Colorado's sports leader, here's Drew Soicher.
Oh, that's foreshadowing. What do you want to bet? Nuggets super mascot Rocky has something special planned for Oklahoma City Thunder star Russell Westbrook tonight. Westbrook is back in town for the first time since he intercepted a pair of Rocky's perfectly tossed backwards half-court shots during a fourth-quarter timeout on December 20th. What a jerk. No doubt in my mind that Rocky will retaliate this evening. The crowd booed Westbrook pretty strongly when he left the building after that game, and I bet it'll be even louder when he arrives tonight.
I hope so. I mean, Westbrook deserves some attention. Hopefully you guys will play it at 5 o'clock to remember the fans what happened here last night.
Did you have to talk to Rocky to calm him down a little bit?
No. Maybe I should. I'm getting too old for the devious mentality of motivation.
Avalanche are off till Sunday. That's when they play the Columbus Blue Jackets. Avs snapped a 3-game losing streak by beating the Calgary Flames with a fabulous third-period comeback last night. 3 goals, including Matt Duchene's game clincher. Avs win 5-4. Puck drops for the State Ice Hockey Championship in just about a half an hour. And we're live. 9 News prep reporter Aaron Matus is at the University of Denver tonight. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Drew. Quiet out here now, but the teams will take the ice in about 20 minutes. It's Ralston Valley against Monarch this evening. Both teams seeking their first ever state hockey championships. Ralston Valley back in the state title game for a second straight year after a 5-1 win over Resurrection Christian last night. Monarch was equally impressive in a 5-2 drubbing of the defending champions Regis Jesuit. The Coyotes and RV met once this season, a game Ralston Valley won 3-2. It's Monarch's only loss on the year, and it's something they do remember.
I love it. I mean, I was out for that game, but I can only imagine how much revenge everybody wants, and I do too. I want to beat that team, and not a better place to do it than a state championship.
You know, I think it'd be huge. I think, especially being an alumni of the school and kind of being there when the hockey program was first just getting started. I think it'd be huge for the school and for all the people who came before and kind of paved the path for these guys to be here right now. And you know, I think that the community that Ralston Valley's built has been something that's pretty special.
Game is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock, Drew, and we'll certainly have coverage tonight at 9 and 10.
All right, we'll see you then. Some rather disturbing details are emerging of what happened to the Milwaukee Brewers Italian sausage mascot costume when it was stolen last week. Turns out the thieves took Guido for a drunken night on the town and even forced him to perform one of those terrible Harlem Shake dances, which they recorded on a cell phone. A group of 6 people who call themselves the Cedarburg Crew are claiming responsibility for the heist. They returned Guido on Wednesday, and the popular 7-foot weenie is expected to be ready for his first sausage race of the season on opening day, 1 month from today, against the Rockies. That Harlem Shake would have been so much better had Guido been joined by his other friends, the bratwurst, the Polish hot dog, the Polish and the hot dog, but even the Cedarburg Crew couldn't pull that one off. They would have had to steal all 4 of them.
Unharmed, though? I mean,
he was with a sign on his chest that read, "You did not see nothing."
In a bar, right?
On a bar stool.
The whole thing is that they're the 7th inning stretch entertainment for the crowd, right? There's a
exactly
race.
Right. They race. The sausage race is an extremely popular event at every Brewers game during the 7th inning stretch.
Less popular.
This year, as luck would have it, the Brewers' opening day is against the Rockies.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Will they be
so
here?
That's pretty cool. No.